Oh, bother.
Hello my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Hearts and Minds, our Peleset Let's Play in Total War Pharaoh. Now, last time we seized the city of Megiddo, and while that was not a particularly tough battle, the battles leading up to it were increasingly difficult to deal with. I have to admit, some of the AI's moves surprised me, and that's hard to do after... oh gosh, when did Rome 1 come out? That many years of Total War. So, let's look at what we've got going on. We're going to definitely want to go ahead and repair this building. And then, let's see, why aren't we getting as much gold? We should be getting 75 gold per turn. I'm only seeing 18. Maybe that's because our... maybe that's... hold on. Let me actually stop this. Damaged building. Does it hurt us? No. I don't understand why we're not getting the full income from our mines. I'm gonna have to look deeper into that. Hopefully it'll fix after a turn. Construction was just completed. Maybe it takes a bit to increase. I'm not entirely sure. Regardless,
trust in me.
We are, I believe, out of moves this turn. We're recruiting.
Ready for anything.
And construction. We could construct up here. That might be a good idea. Well, it looks like we're not quite there yet, where we can build a tribal village. We would definitely like to do that. Just have something on the border, especially watching over these lands here. But our next move is going to have to be to seize Yapo. Yapo actually has food, and we're going to need to take all of that. So let's go ahead and get into the next turn. There he goes. No, there we go. And I hope that today finds you all well. This was supposed to come out on Friday, but it just didn't meet the standard that I'm used to giving you guys. And so I apologize. I believe this one's going to be coming out on Saturday morning unless I can get it out Friday night, but we're going to be pushing it.
Anything I can do, I will.
So while we're doing this, let's go ahead and move and take this trading
Step
post.
aside, Canaanite.
It's going to give us some stone, or we could completely raise it, but let's sack it.
We move. I have spoken.
There we go. And what can we get if we attack this one?
Pass.
Again, we're just getting minimal stuff here, but every little bit helps.
Steady pace. Hardship cannot last.
Now that we've done all of that and really upset the people of Yapo, let's go ahead and sack their city.
Step aside, Canaanite.
I mean, take their city. We're not sacking it, right? A good idea would be to challenge their leader to single combat. We don't know if he'll actually take it, but we can try. All right, and it looks like we did in fact wipe out one of their units. A knot has had to take the place of their commander. Now I believe that commander was the one that we had fought several times before, and he had fled each time. Good for him actually standing up and, you know, trying. But that's going to be that. Let's go ahead and get into this battle. It was a hot day, sweltering even. As the battle began for Yapo, the Canaanites within knew that this was their only chance. If they wanted to sustain the state of Megiddo, they only had this last opportunity to push back the Peleset, to bloody their nose just enough to drive them back to the city and away from the coast. While Huetes, for his part, had not taken the city lightly. Though they had sacked it before, he knew that they would be in for more of a fight this time around. He split his forces into 4 and surrounded the city, hoping to spread out the defenders. His best soldiers were with him. His weakest soldiers would take up the center, and his famous Marines would come in on the northern flank. Walwetes knew that all he had to do was push through in one point. All it would take was one fracture in the Canaanite line, and it would all come crumbling down. What he did not know was how many lives it would take for that line to break.
Your warriors are wavering.
As soldiers new to the battlefield, some of the Peleset warriors began to flee. The sight of their own soldiers fleeing almost led into a complete panic in the center line, causing the Canaanites to rally. Fortunately, Walwetes had broken through on his side and was ready to break the enemy once and for all.
Too much blood! Let's get out of here!
This is where we end it.
Gods have mercy!
With another formation broken, the Canaanites began
Your
to
warriors
tremble.
are wavering.
However, so too did the Peleset. Believing that Walwetes was abandoning them for greater glory, they began to become overwhelmed. What they did not realize was that Walwetes was moving around the flank. Would he arrive in time?
Your warriors have been routed.
Too much! Too much! No more of this!
With the simple miscommunication, nearly a quarter of the Peleset army had broken into a rout, terrified that their leader had abandoned them. Had they only known the truth, that while Wetes was preparing to make a maneuver that would secure victory once and for all.
Your warriors are wavering. How can we win? God save us!
Finally, in the north, the Marines had finally pushed through.
I will not die here! Your warriors are
Their
wavering.
plan? To take the central spring. With the seizure of that and its accompanying temple, they knew that they would be able to dishearten and destroy the remaining Canaanites.
We will fight another day.
Back on the outer edges, while Wetes struggled to gain the upper hand, fighting an uphill battle, quite literally, his men almost fled once again, but the lion would not allow it.
Give us some time to recover! Is this the end of us? Here is our enemy! God save us!
I have come. Face me.
One of your units has depleted their ammunition.
Attempting to reinforce his troops, the Canaanite general had revealed himself, leaving himself wide open to an attack from the Peleset army.
You will fall.
I will kill you for that! They cannot escape death! God, no! Your warriors are wavering. They are closing in!
Look up at me, Canaanite. How do you feel?
You are a fat lumbering idiot!
Back at the oasis, the remaining Canaanites trembled in fear. The Peleset Marines had surrounded them, but had refused to engage. Why? They could not understand. But to the Peleset, this fear was all part of their victory. They wanted the Canaanites to know exactly when the moment of their doom would be.
Suffer Canaanite! Victory is within your grasp. You will suffer now, Peleset!
As the final defenders of the city began to collapse, so too did a great rain begin to fall. And with that, the city was taken. And what a fight that was, my lord. I didn't think that Yappo was going to be the place where we struggled at, but we sure did. Okay, and we've got... well, we've got to occupy it. The question is, do we loot and occupy it? We could use the replenishment. But they're going to be mad at us for longer. Not for much longer, though. When we write the history of this, we'll talk about how we were liberators, not conquerors. And we have an ambition fulfilled. We have Megiddo's treasure. I'm trying to remember what exactly that does. It's not going to tell me. That's okay. Here we go. Megiddo's treasure. It still doesn't tell me, but we'll look at Waletes.
No one shall deny
excuse
my
me,
people a
and
new
we'll
home.
check out exactly what it does. There it is. Labor cost is going to be minus 35% for this army. That's interesting. Not great, but I like it still. We're going to give him improved fortitude, of course. Just rounding that out, getting that replenishment going. We definitely need replenishment after that battle. And we are still, I mean,
ready for
we're turns away from starvation. So let's not
expecting the unexpected.
just wait around. We're going to, of course, rebuild this. And let's rebuild this as well. That's going to hurt our stone a little bit, but not terribly. And it looks like after we sacked those minor settlements, we're going to have to rebuild those. We're going to also have to rebuild the ones outside of Megiddo. So what I'll probably do here is go ahead and get that tribal outpost. That's going to cost us 200 stone though. But I think it's worth it. And then we'll probably pop another one here, just to really help us with the food situation. We could do something else here, like a trading post, but nobody's going to want to trade with us. That's kind of the issue that we're going to end up with. I want to place a fort here. I think that a fort outside of Megiddo would help a lot. And then we'll figure out what else to build, but we're going to have to make friends with somebody. So let's reach out and talk to some of our... And it looks like our gold is now coming through. Some of it, not all of it, is coming through. So we're going to get plus 37 from our mines for now. Let's take a look at... There's so many people that hate us. Let's take a look at the Teresh. I don't know where they're located. I'm sure they're out here somewhere, maybe on Cyprus or something. We could sail out there and take that as well. That might be a good fallback point for us. But the first thing we're going to do is talk to them, of course.
Stand as friends today. Pray we will be the same.
And I'm
tomorrow.
less inclined to do anything like that. Let's go ahead for 10 turns. We're going to offer gold because I know that they want gold. We have 11 gold to barter, and let's get some stone. That was too much. So let's go with, what do we say about 65? Okay. 68. 69. Got it. So we're going to get 68 stone a turn from them. And now that I'm actually learning how to do this, I might have to, let's see if we can get a little bit more. Let's go for just 70. Okay, 70 it is. So now that I have really learned how to barter, I'm gonna have to go back and play a round of Troy. Let me know if you guys want to see Troy as a Let's Play. I know it's now an older game, which is astounding, but there it is. If you guys want to see that, just let me know.
Let's proceed with this.
Okay, so we've got a non-aggression pact with our kin. Not sure where exactly they're at, but they're somewhere. Now let's see what else we can really trade. We need to get someone to make a deal for food with us. I'm gonna have to back out of this one. There we go.
Prosper at all costs.
They don't want food. Everybody wants everything but food. So let's see what we can get for some food. Or let's see what we can get food for.
Pray we will be the same tomorrow.
We're gonna go back into the barter agreement. Oh no, I don't want to give food, I want to get food. That's pretty expensive. Ooh, wood is pretty valuable. So let's do that. We've got 90, so let's give up 40 food. No. Oh, went a little too fast. Let's give up 40 food and see how much our wood and see how much food that can get us. So we're gonna go with 210. Okay, we're gonna go with 212. And they'll still take a non-aggression pact. That's gonna give us a little bit more room to work with. And I think that's solid. That's a solid trade. Finally, let's talk to our last remaining...
Prosper at all costs.
Let's talk to our last remaining... oh gosh. What are we called? Sea people. And see if we can barter a little something with them as well.
May the seas make you strong in body.
Let's start out with the non-aggression pact. And see if we can get a little bit more food just to sustain us. Looks like our promise not to fight them is not going to buy us much. We'll give up some bronze. We don't need bronze right this second. And then let's give up some of that stone that we just bought. I know that you guys probably didn't come here to watch barter agreements, but here we are.
You have my word.
There we go. Not as action-packed as our episodes of Warhammer or even Rome, but we have to get that done, and that has helped us significantly. Might not seem like it now, but I think that we get our food
Conflict
production
builds
up,
character.
we'll be in a lot better shape. So let's go ahead and end this turn. We do have a royal decree available. We're gonna go with, depending on the undependable. I mean, it's gonna get us bonus food income regardless, but I don't think that that's really the way that we want to go. We're gonna go with the stout never fall.
Anything I can do, I will.
Now, I wish that they did a better
I
job
always listen.
of actually telling you what these do. Like, great. It lets me recruit axes. Which axes? I have no idea what you're talking about. Same here. I assume better axes, but you're not even gonna tell me what it is? That's wild to me. Regardless, before we do anything, we don't have the means to upgrade, apparently, because we don't have stone. So it doesn't really matter, but it's nice to know that we have that option. And let's go ahead and end this turn. Civilization prospers. Fertility in Isua? Not sure exactly where that's at, but good for them. Unless this is Isua. No, this is Megiddo. Thought maybe it had a different name.
Call.
We're gonna have to wait one more turn before we move out. Unless...
This too shall pass. Let's maintain order.
Let's rest. Let's rest and get the army back up to full capacity.
Nobility
We're also
resides in
going to
bravery.
go to our horde recruitment, get some more
Prepare
Marines.
for the unknown.
They're our best performers, all in all. And this one will probably be a short turn, and then we'll start moving towards either Ashkelon or Jerusalem. Now, we could change gears and go up and deal with Bay. I don't really want to deal with him just yet, although I do want to see what our diplomatic options are with him.
All are merely puppets.
Let's talk to Bay. Okay, so we can offer a confederation
Life is
with
not
him.
fair.
Or no, can we not?
Neither am I.
Oh, well, that's alright. I mean, none of these guys are going to join us either. I would love it
It is
if,
I.
Elias? Elias? I think that's how you say his name. I'd love it if the Sheridan wanted to join. They're obviously not going to do that, but that's okay. They're the only ones that I could see really coming along with us. Bay might end up being our first, and let's see if we can do that with him. Bay might end
I
up being
speak,
our first
Others listen.
person
This is
that
a
we
surprise,
beat into
but
submission.
A welcome one, of course.
If that's even possible, I would hope that it's possible. That we can force them to be our client state, but I don't know all of our diplomatic options. So if any of you guys know about that, please comment down in the, down below the video and let me know if you can force
to be
people
done.
under your heel, because that's part of the way that we were gonna play this. If not, then we're just gonna wipe everybody out probably. Now, we do have a commandment. Let's look at that.
Tired but ready.
No, not you. There we go. And there's quite a bit that we can do here. I hate to take away from any of our other resources like gold, but we do want to get some more farming livestock because we need food. That's feeding the army, right? That's keeping us afloat. Okay, I think that's good. It's gonna hurt our upkeep, but it's going to boost our food. We need it. And I know that construction's available. I can't afford it. Okay,
Hardship cannot
and
last.
it is time. And guys, I hope that you can hear me better. I noticed that
By will or sheer determination.
some of my volume had lowered, and it was actually my computer had just decided that it was sick of my voice, which, hey, I get that, but I kind of need it for the channel, so hopefully you can all hear me a lot better now. And that did hurt our food just a little bit, but we'll be okay. One more turn and then we'll attack Jerusalem, and I think that will be it for this episode. Ooh, and we've got an ambition. So, conquer a region focused on producing food. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's exactly what's gonna happen. So we're gonna reach for the cellar. We'll get plus 3,000 food if we conquer an entire region producing food. So, obviously, food producing, let's do it.
Conflict builds character.
Yeah, we're declaring war. Sorry if we didn't let you know first.
We have them. Our time comes.
And Jerusalem is stacked up. Holy cow. Look at these guys. We might be in a little bit of trouble here, guys. Hopefully that is not the case. Especially because Ashkelon is definitely not going to be any easier. But let's go ahead and get into this battle. Hopefully we haven't made a mistake. As the Peleset approached the city, a great thunderstorm occurred. One that Walwetes had not seen since his days on the sea. The men grew wary. Not only because of the thunderstorm and what it might mean as a sign from the gods, but because they had not properly scouted the city. Jerusalem was surrounded by mountains on all sides, and held its checkpoints vigorously. And so, the army of the Peleset knew not what lay within. They would soon find that thing was death.
Your general is under attack.
Walwetes had sent his marines around the flank, hoping to surprise the people of Jerusalem. This did not work, however, and so he knew that it would rely on him. All he had to do was take the majority of his forces and push through. Once he did, just like the people of Megiddo, the city of Jerusalem would fall. The battle raged for what seemed like hours, with no side making any significant advantage. If anything, it felt as though the Peleset could not win this battle, as though the defenders would never give up.
I will not die here! Baal save us! Brothers, run! So many bows! Let's get out of here! Working the fields would be easier!
As the infantry continued to push the enemy back, Walwetes ordered his slingers into the fray, but not to get their hands dirty. Instead, he wanted them to make a flanking maneuver. Something had to break this stalemate, and he knew just the ticket.
Whack their heads! Whack their tribal! We will fight another day! God save us! Your warriors have been routed.
catch my breath.
One of your units has depleted their ammunition.
And just as planned, the enemies facing Walwete's main force began to flee.
There is no hope!
Walwete's moved his army to relieve the other two armies that had joined in the battle. The Marines, for their part, had done well to push the enemy further in, however, were facing stiff resistance.
This is impossible!
On the northern flank, the renowned Marines were holding their own, however, their support had all fled. Walwetes knew that he had to move, that overtaking them in a wave would be their only salvation. So many troops had been lost already, and it could not be for nothing.
By the gods, your warriors are rallying. One of your units has depleted their ammunition.
The renowned Marines, knowing that they could not fail, continued to hold, continued to push, believing that eventually Walwetes would come to save them. And so the Canaanites threw everything they had at defeating these Marines. However, their choice in enemy was wrong. Had they perhaps gone to assist their friends holding their flank, they wouldn't have been surrounded. And now they were caught between an immovable object and an unstoppable force.
I will not die here! God, no! Thieves! Pirates! Company! We need the moment!
Your warriors are wavering.
Let's get out of here!
Another holdout of the Canaanites was broken, but there was still more to come.
Baal save us!
Just how many of these warriors rest within Jerusalem? Walwetes did not know. However, he also knew that he had to win.
Your warriors have been routed.
While the main force engaged from the front, Walwetes led his personal troops around the side. He knew that he needed to make this portion of the battle quick. His soldiers were tired, and so was he.
Suffer Canaanite!
Your general is wounded.
And so fell Walwetes. Whether he was dead or injured, his men knew not. But rumors of his fall sent shockwaves into the army.
Your warriors are wavering.
Many of the less veteran warriors decided to flee, believing that their leader had been destroyed. They knew not what to do.
Let me catch my breath!
Your warriors have been routed.
However, for Walwetes' veterans, his marines, his personal guard, his fall had only served to enrage them. Whether he was dead or not, they would protect his body and seek vengeance on those who tried to strike him down.
Your warriors are wavering. Get another stone! This is not my fault!
No more of this!
We will fight another day!
With vengeance sought, his men picked up his body and took it to the central plaza. They had been told that there were healing waters there, and so they would take it and revive their fallen leader.
By the gods, your warriors are rallying.
Send them arrows!
Seeing that their veterans had not routed, roused the rest of the army back into position.
Your warriors are wavering.
They wished to see this fight through to the end. Whether their leader had fallen or not, they had a people to feed, and they were going to win.
That's right! Run, you cowards! Don't get trampled!
You will soon lay claim to the enemy's victory point.
Bows in slings!
Your warriors are wavering.
Hey! Hey! Wake up, Cobra!
This is impossible!
Give us some time to recover!
Another kick to the head, please! The enemy has lost the victory point.
And like that, the enemy had fallen. Jerusalem was in the hands of the Peleset, and they would be able to feed their people. But at what cost? And a tough victory for us. Walwetes has fallen. Fortunately, he was only wounded in that battle, but he is going to be out of commission for just a little while. That said, Jerusalem is ours. We are not going to sack it, but we are going to loot and occupy it for the audacity.
Brothers, I do what must be done to survive.
In the meantime, we are going to have to bring a new general on board. Let's see what we can get. We're going to need someone with high replenishment. I'm thinking Replenishment is the top one, I believe. So we could go with that, or fortitude. See, these generals just don't have as much flavor, and that's unfortunate. Like, I mean, they're all pretty much the same, which, you know, is okay, I guess. Let's see, we're gonna go with fortitude, and I'm gonna hope that that's the one.
Sea pirate, adventure seeker, wine drinker, womanizer. You get it.
But we did get a big boost of food just for taking Jerusalem. So we're going to go ahead and repair this building, start building up some grain. That's gonna, thank you. That's going to get us really going here. I think it's grain. Yeah, we got a wheat field here. And that's going to get us plus 215 food income. So let's take that. And that is going to be it for this episode. Guys, please let me know down below if you enjoyed this one. Give it a like, all that good stuff. This is going to be a bit of a long episode. So to all my friends, wherever you are, good morning, good evening, and good night. I'll see you in the next one. If you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thanks for watching, especially to those of you who have been with me since the beginning. I am still having a blast and very much enjoying the formation of this community with all of you. If you have any suggestions for videos you would like to see, please let me know, because I want to make even better content as we continue down this journey together. As always, if you enjoy what I'm doing here and want to support me, then you know what to do.
Comment, like, and subscribe.
And we'll see you in the next one.